Hello and welcome to Sparkle and Vibe. This is your host Kiran. Today we're going to talk about something that I have really enjoyed working with and something that I have used this technique and manifested a lot of good things in my life. And the topic today is ask, believe, receive. These are the three key words that are used a lot in philosophy. David Hopper used it, and it's just simple: ask, believe, receive. Religion, again, I'd bring that up because I like these quotes coming in from there. Jesus says, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, and it will be yours." In Sikhism, we have something similar to that, and it is said, "Jo mange Thakur apne te soi soi deve." Now, there is a lot of misinterpretation of this phrase that I've just said, but in simple terms, it is whatever you ask in prayer and believe in it, and you shall receive. Now, this is something that a lot of people misinterpret in terms of this is something to do with, oh, you want material gains, so let's ask God, let's pray for it. I mean, we all desire a lot of things, and rightly so. But do you truly desire that? Or is it just you just want it because you're greedy or that's your need? I would like to bring up something about being childlike. Now, when you look at a child and they ask for something and they believe they are going to get it and they receive it, that is the mind frame that we need to be in. When I say being in that childlike mind, is because, for example, I've observed my niece where when she says, "I would like an ice cream, please can I have some ice cream?" And it's like she's asked for it. She believes she is going to get it and she'll receive it because you would look at this sweet face and you'll be like, yeah, why not? Let's just get it for them. This child has got no limiting beliefs. No one has told her, no, you can't have it, and why you can't have it, because you're deserving of it or not. This is something that as we grow older, when we come to about the age of 8, 9, these limiting beliefs are ingrained in us by our parents, or it could be in school environment or anywhere. This is where you start putting these limiting factors on yourself, and that is where you lose all that aha moment of just a simple ask, believe, receive phrase. So when you look at this child, next time when you observe a child, look at the way that beauty comes out of them. It's like they just ask for it, they believe in it, and they receive it. Now, there are a lot of quotes I read sometimes on social media, and it really baffles me when somebody says, "Oh, something good is on its way and it will happen to you," or "in the next 24 hours you will receive good news," and or "make 2023 your exceptional year to come ahead." Everyone is pretty much talking about being in the future. It's like it's still coming, it's on its way. But nobody actually sits there and believes that it's there, it's already here. And in a lot of things that I discovered is when you're living in the moment and when you're talking about it in the present moment, you do receive it. It comes to you. All right, because you're already acknowledging it. You've asked for it. You're believing that it's already here, and you receive it. And that's how this phrase really works. I speak to my clients a lot about this, and I give them the analogy of ordering something online. So imagine you want that beautiful dress for a particular occasion, or it could be a gadget for the guys who want the latest gadget that they want to use and they're interested in. So what do? You look at that spec, you look at that style, you look at it, you imagine yourself in it, and you're like, yes, I'd like to buy that. So what do? You go onto that page, you look at the size you want or the specs you're looking for, and you click the button and you purchase it. Now, all you have to do is just wait for it to be delivered, and it will be delivered. You know that. This is pretty much the simple explanation of what how ask, receive, believe works. So the asking is you're looking at that dress, okay? And you've placed that order, that's there. Now you're believing it's going to be delivered, right? You are expecting it to be there, right? But you go on about your day, you don't obsess over it as much, and then you receive it. So that is as simple as how the ask, receive, believe analogy works. The phrase works basically. Now, I read this book by Nick Bro, Power Manifesting Unlock Your Full Potential as a Leading Edge Creator. And he speaks about the GPS and the VPS. Now, the GPS is obviously the global positioning system where when you key in an address and it directs you and takes you to that place. VPS is now your vibrational positioning system. This is very interesting the way he explains it. When you are thinking of like that good memory or that something good, that something positive that happens in your life, and you observe yourself, you see that, you see that happy feeling, right? And then if you take a moment to think about something that negative happens, just a few seconds, don't dwell on it, and observe how it feels, it makes you feel about it. Now, that is what the VPS is, the vibrational positioning system. And that is within yourself, your inner self, which is talking to you, telling you about that positive and that negative incident. So when we use our VPS, vibrational positioning system, this is how we attract a lot of positive things in our lives. Another thing I would like to emphasize on is yes, we all desire all these material goods, we desire all this positive, we deserve it. Yes, we do deserve it. But do you really need it? Or is it just a want? Okay, these are some of the questions you need to set before you ask, believe, receive. Because sometimes when you ask for something and you believe and you receive it, and then you sit there and think about it, actually, I didn't need it at all. I could have done without it, you know? And then you don't become as fulfilled as you would want it to be. So what I would suggest is you need to sit down and really go within yourself. Think about what exactly you desire. As Lucifer says in the series Lucifer, and he says when he looks deep into the eyes of a suspected criminal and he says, what is it that you truly desire? And that person automatically says what exactly they believe that they want. So it's pretty similar to that. What you need to do is you need to just sit down with yourself, think exactly what is it that you desire, and then go ahead and manifest it. I'm a strong believer of ask, receive, believe, because this is something that I have done a lot in my in my personal life, and I have literally manifested a lot of things that I have at the moment in my life. And these are the things that I needed rather than wanted, because want you can always move on with it, but something that you need, you want it, you need it, it's got to, it's there. So it's pretty much very simple. And I could share one example with you where um, I was told that I was going to be made redundant, and I was like, okay, like everybody else in that panic state, you're like, okay, this is my livelihood. It pays my bills, it pays my mortgage, it pays everything. And if I lose this, what's going to happen? How are things going to work? So I was like, okay, maybe there's something better out there. Maybe change energizes, as the company would tell you, change energizes. So maybe it was time for me to move on. So what I did was I sat down, and I think this was one morning while I was sat in one of the in the office in one of the quiet areas, and while I was working on my CV when they did allow us to actually work on our CVs as well. So I sat there and working on it, just making sure that I've updated everything. And I happened to look out from the window of the office block, and mind you, I was on the 21st floor in the city, and I looked down and I looked at this building right opposite us, and I was like, wow, imagine what it would be like to work in that office that I was envisioning. Well, I'll reveal it to you. It was the HSBC Bank in Canary Wharf, the head office, the main office building. And I looked at it and I was like, yeah, imagine working in there. And I went into this trance state of actually more of a daydreaming state, like, yeah, this is how it's going to be. So I imagined it and then I let it go. I was like, okay, you know, uh, whatever, and went back and went on with my day and carried on. I didn't think about it. Now, while I was working closer to my notice period that I was given, I received a phone call from, I don't know how they got my CV. It's been out obviously online, where I've put it on all the social media, like the LinkedIn, where it's the professional site where you could put your CVs up on there and saying you're actively looking for work. And this lady calls me up and says, we would like to interview you. There is a position that's open, and it is with HSBC Bank in Canary Wharf. And I was like, okay, say that again. Again, this is in HSBC, the head office in Canary Wharf, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is what I had asked for because I was daydreaming about it on the other day. And I went for the interview within, I think, 3 months. They messaged me and they said, yes, you've been successful. We would like to onboard you and we would like you to work for us. And trust me, I contracted with them for about 3 years, and that is now my ask, believe, receive, and left it at that. So it's pretty much, it's so simple to use this phrase and ask, believe, receive, and it's worked with me time and time again. A simple one is when you're looking for that parking spot, you're asking for that parking spot and you believe that you have that parking spot and you receive it. It's there. It's staring right at you. This is something that has been used in The Secret, where um, about the parking spot, and everything is has happened. So if we can ask, believe, receive these simple things, can you imagine what we could, you know, and ask, believe, and receive? And this is something that a lot of people don't tap into. And I've kind of used this a lot. I've also asked for like-minded people, where I've kind of asked for these people who would help me move into my journey of spirituality, into my journey of literally enhancing and learning more about the psychic side of things, the things that really enlightens my soul, and it just lights up, because this is something that I have been looking for. It is that empty spot. And when I said the phrase "Jo mange thakur apne te soi soi deve," this verse is pretty much telling you to talk about more about the spirituality, the connection with your source. Now, a lot of people, yes, when we say religion and God, and then everybody just goes a bit on a different tangent. So I would suggest more about your source, your creator, whatever forceful nature you believe in, they are there to help you out. And when you're connecting with them and you realize that that whole love that you have with this connection is the one that you're asking and you're believing and you're receiving in return, it really works and the magic happens. I asked for like minded people as well. And it's amazing how they all came into my life. And I learned about these people I met, these friends I met, and they were all like in this journey with me. And we were all pretty much of the similar mindset. And when you get along with the people that are with the same mindset as yourself, you grow, you learn about things, and then you become more awakened about what do you really want to ask, what do you really want to believe, and what do you really want to receive in your life. So you could use this in the material aspect, and also you could use it in the spiritual aspect where it really livens you up. So it's something that you need to work with on at a personal level. And whatever you feel that you truly desire and it's coming from within is what you should ask for, rather than just asking for something that I could have done without it. It didn't make any difference. So you've got to literally tap within your VPS, which is your vibrational positioning system, as Nick says, and work with it and see where it leads you to. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to hear more about your experimentation or anything that you have used in your ask, believe, receive, and see, and share with me and tell me how your experience has been, because I would like to understand and know that these podcasts are helping you out. So leave a comment in the comment section in my podcast page, and let us know how you felt. Thank you and bye.